Aussie.
All right. It's Sunday night. Where'd I put my phone? There. Damn. Why'd I put it over there? That was a weird place. Anyway, while I wait for people to roll on in, I think I'll make a Camberwell carrot. All right. Okay, I'm going to set up and do this. While I wait for people to be here, I didn't bring my fucking camera. Jesus Christ, I'm an idiot. All right, wait on. Okay. Hey, ham for the elderly. Yes, I will be making that. I wasn't sure how soon you'd be here. I'm making a different one first. Gonna make two tonight. All right. Let's start to get ready. Making a Camberwell carrot. Because I invented it in Camberwell and it looks like a carrot. Watched a movie called Arizona with Danny McBride. Well, it's going to be a whole thing if it's Danny McBride in it. He's a guy with a certain vibe. Jesus. All right, I'll put that there. Okay, now. There is my phone. I need to get stuff. Okay, so it's dry gin. Which gin will I use? Why not? Boom Dry. Boom Daddy. It's a bit. Yeah, with my grapefruit cordial. Now I want the yellow shot. Oh, got to get a whole bunch of things from in here. Yellow chartreuse. Bittersweet aperitivo. This will do because this is a grapefruit one. Nice. And maraschino. Naked maraschino. I am probably going to get the cheap maraschino from Dan's as a replacement when this runs out. Nice to support local, but you know. All right. Wolf. No. Maraschino. Wolf. Now, so, okay, gin, aperitivo, yellow chartreuse, and grapefruit. I'll need my mineral water for this, for topping it up. Danny McBride's like Seth Rogen, but his dad beat him. Damn. It was pretty good until it got to the predictable final Hollywood final act. Oh well. Yeah, grab a drink by all means. I'm just gonna sit up here. All right, I want my glass for the Camberwell carrot. All right, let's see how this goes. See if this works. What if I fuck it up? Cause I never tried to make this before. So we'll see what it's like. Okay. That there. And get this happening. Oh, you know what? I'm going to do twist of orange peel as the garnish. How do they get foil on it? That's it. And what are we doing here? Oh, what the fuck? I'm just gonna do it on the desk. Fuck it. Hey, Undead Brett. I know. Put some elbow grease into it. Fuck. Fuck it. I fucked this. Okay, I haven't done that for a while. All right. Okay. That is now unphotogenic. We'll put that aside. Got to get some more. I'm not doing a Tall Ships reboot. I'm doing a Camberwell carrot. And I think you'd get the reference, Home for the Elderly. Okay. What the fuck am I doing here? Sorry, I'm just looking for something. God damn it. That's what I was looking for. Okay, give me this. Give me this, give me this. Oops, that was stupid. I'm having a stupid night tonight. For fuck's sake, I am really having a stupid night tonight. I'm not enamored of my skills or lack thereof this evening. I keep fucking up the peels. You know what? I'm not even fuck a garnish, honestly. I fucked that up so much. Okay. Right, now I'm just annoyed with myself, so we'll get going, shall we? Okay. Okay. Turn this on. Alright. Looks good. Oh, I do not have my... Jesus! I've always got to fucking forget stuff, don't I? My fucking jiggers, which I was washing. God damn it. Oh, God, where's the... I haven't put it... Okay. I've got it framed. I didn't even think of that till you reminded me of the Laserdisc. All right. Swear to God, if there's anything else I've forgotten, I'll get really annoyed. Hi, Justin. Okay. Good fucking God. Okay. Right. Try gin. Ooh, it's a really junipery gin. Wow. 7.5 mils of bittersweet aperitivo. Turn the beat around. Okay. Fucking get everything else ready. Oh, just needs to get shaken up a little bit. I think I'll open the sody. No water. Fuck me. Okay. I'm just buried. What's that? Brett. Confirmation hearings for Trump cabinet. Start Tuesday. Well. It's going to be a shit show. That's all there is to it. No, whoops. Got sick of waiting for me. Put this fucking screensaver on. Okay. Let's go. Gin. Petillo. Chartreuse. Almost finished this bottle of yellow chartreuse. Never used yellow chartreuse as much as when it became hard to get. 10 mils of maraschino. Okay. That's that. Oops, I did not mean to do that. Okay, so okay, put the ice. So much ice in there. Just make sure the framing of that glass. That's good enough. This on here. This on here. And let's go. coffee dump. Put an ounce of my cordial in. To be more orange, I'm putting 2 ounces of this in. A little bit more. All right, so Dunzo. It's the cocktail made. Okay, this around. Oh no, I have to take a picture of the drink. I mean, need a thumbnail. Okay. Well, actually, I'm going to do 2 of these. This one. All right. God damn. A lot of faffing around, isn't it? I'm just faffing around. Okay, that's ready. Let's get this ready. Like that. Okay. Might just do the... G'day cocktail lovers. This cocktail is called a Camberwell Carrot. The inspiration for the name of this comes from one of my all-time favorite movies, Withnell and I. My friend Charlie actually framed the laserdisc of the movie. He collects and sells laserdiscs under the name Home for the Elderly. Home for the Elderly. Nice joke. I love it. And a drug dealer in the movie starts rolling a massive spliff and calls it a Camberwell Carrot because it looks like a carrot and I invented it in Camberwell. So for this one, it's a nice carrotish colour and I got my most carrot-like glass, just a Pilsner glass. So it's a rough carrot shape. I'm going to give it a quick taste and then tell you about it. Oh, that is a really bright, refreshing drink. A bit more sophisticated than the characters in Withnell and I would drink. You should watch the movie if you haven't, because I really like it. But I'll run through some of the ingredients with you. All right. Okay. The main reason I wanted to make this is I saw the recommendation, top it with a grapefruit soda. I just made this grapefruit cordial, and this was an excuse to use it. I'm adding some soda to it. It's pretty easy to make. It's you peel a grapefruit, cover the peel in sugar, and the sugar will leach the oils out of the peel and liquefy. And then I juiced the grapefruit and mixed the juice back in, simmered it for a little while to make sure the sugar was fully dissolved. And that is an all-natural grapefruit cordial. There's a few different ingredients in here. It's got a gin base, dry gin recommended. I'm using this one from Sydney, Archer's. There's a few ingredients in this. The base is gin, a dry gin recommended. I'm using this Archie Rose bone dry gin, particularly good, very junipery gin, if you like that sort of thing, and I do. There's a few liqueurs as well. There's yellow chartreuse, and I'm almost through this bottle. Don't panic. When I heard there was a shortage, I got 2 bottles. Although I swear I've never used as much yellow chartreuse as I have since there was a worldwide shortage of it. There's also maraschino in here. I'm using a local maraschino that they call Naked because it's all natural. There's also a bittersweet aperitivo. You might use Campari or Aperol. I'm using a local one. I thought it fit very well because this is a grapefruit-based aperitivo, so it fits in very well with the grapefruit cordial. Well, that's all of the ingredients. I'll show you now how to make it. In a shaker, put 1 ounce or 30 mils of dry gin, then 1/4 ounce or 7.5 mils of bittersweet red aperitivo, then 1/2 ounce or 15 mils of yellow chartreuse, 1/3 ounce or 10 mils of maraschino liqueur. Then I used 2 ounces of my grapefruit cordial mixed with some soda water. No, shit. I think I have to do that again because I think I fucked it up. Okay. In a shaker, put 1 ounce or 30 mils of dry gin, then 1/4 ounce or 7.5 mils of bittersweet red aperitivo, then 15 mils or 1/2 ounce of yellow chartreuse, 1/3 ounce or 10 mils of maraschino liqueur. Add ice to the shaker, shake that good and hard for 10 or 15 seconds, and then I did a straight dirty dump into my chilled glass. Then on topping that, I used 2 ounces of my grapefruit cordial mixed with some soda water. All comes together quite well. This is a very bright and refreshing drink. This is, I think, a kind of typical summer drink, really. It is summer when I'm making this. Who knows what time of the year it is, what the temperature is when you're watching this anywhere in the world. It's that weird topsy-turvy thing. We experience all the seasons and the temperatures differently. Now, this is Melbourne, renowned for 4 seasons in one day. We can vary 20 degrees in temperature over the course of the day. That's extreme, but it happens. Anyway, I am going to enjoy this. My God, I was thinking, could have made it look like the top of a carrot with a very leafy green, maybe mint on top, or maybe even the top of a carrot if you actually get one that's got all the green on top of it. But I'm, just going to enjoy it as it is. It's very nice, very light, refreshing. The bubbles are a nice touch, and I think you might enjoy giving yourself a Camberwell carrot. Cheers. I feel like I was all over the fucking place doing that. In a bit with myself. God damn it. All right, I've got to sit down for a while and drink this. Did that really take me 20 minutes to do? I don't even know. Jesus. I don't know what I'm doing with myself. Hey. Oh. Don't be depressed, Prince. Well, I mean, that's a terrible thing to say to someone who's depressed. It's a terrible thing to say. What I would say is seek out help and support and professional and possibly emergency care if you think you need it. So depression is a real thing that affects a significant number of people. So don't doubt yourself, and what you're feeling is real, but help is also real. And again, it's I think it's like a hair care ad. It won't happen overnight, but it will happen. Yeah, as bad as things seem in an extreme moment, it's something you can get help with. Brett, no, we've got a reprieve at the moment, while California is unseasonably on fire. And yes, that's what it comes down to. Home for the elderly, you're not alone. Yep, lots of people live with depression and have other mental health challenges as well. As much as a lot of these very sneaky mental health issues trick you into thinking you are alone and there's something fundamentally wrong with you. It really is part of the human condition, and there is help available, and I hope you avail yourself of it. Never feel shy about getting help. Don't think you're being a burden, particularly to professional people in the system. Of course, I gave you the plug. Had to with the Laserdisc. Yeah, there was a lot of rain. Stormy before lunchtime and just really consistent rain in the afternoon. Hey, Mizm, haven't seen you for a while. How are you doing? Yeah, we had thunder, as I said, sort of pre-lunch. Oh, was there? The Australian Open was on? Yeah, it's not something that's on my radar, so I wouldn't know. Really humid, which is really annoying. Yeah, that is true. Our ancestors would have faced all that as well. But day-to-day survival can chase those feelings away. Oh, Laura, speaking of people I haven't seen for a little while, how are you doing? I'm glad you are good. I am doing well. And yes, living the more sedentary lifestyle gives you time inside your head, which is not always great. I was there. I was inside. Hell if I know. In fact, I think it was still raining around sunset. So that's actually pretty good, particularly if you like grapefruit. It's not the real hardcore bitterness because of the sweetener, but you've got a bit of that grapefruit bitter in there, which is nice. Why does Laura have to have high ground? Did I miss something? Oh yeah, I would not drink grapefruit juice or eat a grapefruit or anything. This was an experiment. So Laura spent last night doing karaoke. For 51st. That's yes, drinking and karaoke for a birthday. That's what to do. That's just getting into it. Oh, yeah, this is one of those ones that I'm liking more every time. I get the high ground, but did Laura say something about Star Wars? I'm missing why you'd bring in the Obi-Wan Kenobi reference. It's over, Anakin. I have the high ground. Yep, I'm actually liking that one more as I go through it. Oh, God. Okay. That is a really, that's a really out there Obi-Wan Kenobi reference. Hello there. Yes, that is a Star Wars meme. You are more on top of the memeology than me, Safa. I'm being slow tonight, not picking up on that. Couple of cocktails. Classics, Manhattan and Pina Colada. Hugely different cocktails, hugely different classic cocktails. But that's also what I like to do when I'm out and about, get quite different cocktails. Don't like them to be too similar. Oof. Okay. The humidity of today, I think I really need that cold drink. A Manhattan is very strong. It's whiskey and sweet vermouth and just stirred. So there's no non-alcoholic component apart from the water from melting ice when it's being stirred. So it is, cousin to a martini, spirit and aromatized wine. Martini, gin and dry vermouth, if you know what you're doing. Manhattan, whiskey, and sweet vermouth. Oh God, I got a tickle in my nose. I think Mrs. Angry correctly blamed it on boxes. We've been going through boxes that have just been sitting for 7 years. I don't think you will find it's just NOG for nog, by the way. To latte to buy eggnog in January. I don't think you will find anyone selling it, but you can make your own. Lots of recipes online. Actually, okay. Speaking of the boxes and the packing, I did find a few more oddities. The competitor is this, which was the official Chupa Chups mascot. Chupa Chuck. Is this creepier than Tom Kitten? Because it's fairly creepy. Like I said, all the creepier that this is a commercial product and the official mascot for Chupa Chups. Found Chupa Chuck today. There's a mask that I think I might have worn this in a video. But I wore this on Halloween and for like Zombie Shuffle. But speaking of masks, I thought this was one of the latter masks. This, I think, could be the actual original Angry mask. Old school, check it out. Because it does have, my kids defaced it and it's cracking with age. And I can still see some writing on it. That's maybe the original. I don't think it's the original, but maybe. No. Chupa Chuck is from 10 or 15 years ago. Okay, not even close to as creepy as Tom Kitten. Okay. They'd run out of syrup so you could have a bramble. Bummer. What's yellow? You saying that mask was yellow? Yeah, with age. Also, speaking of Angry Aussie stuff, I didn't realize I still had these, and I found them going through stuff. My handmade shirts. I mean, there was a bunch of the store-made ones. They're just going in. I think, look, see, with the things I made. Bang, you're dead. Which is inspired by a line from a book I read online. Have I considered renaming channel to Chill Aussie? Well, there is that. But then the old videos, which are all still there, the thousands of them, wouldn't make sense. Could argue that the streams don't make sense. Of course it's the correct fucking spelling on your. It's me you're talking to. There's this one. Not sure if you can read that. The gold glitter on green. Totally fucked up is the new normal. Obviously one I'd wear for Totally Fucked Up Friday. Don't know what I'm going to do with these because don't see me ever wearing. I like this one for its simplicity. And again, the sparkles. Bull fucking shit. I like the profanity with the sparkles. Oh God, there's quite a few of these. Made a lot of things. Good old classic STFU. I was like, it's not straight, it's crooked. Yes, I did have the video where I swore a lot about correct grammar with your, and your. We got Undead Brett. Regular David Packman viewer. Yes, your and your correctly. Yeah. Okay, wow. So many of these. Oh, okay. This is the one store-made one that I'm thinking of keeping. 100% angry. And there's this subtle one. Shut the fuck up. Obviously, wore them and shut the fuck up videos. Oh, I had angry grammar lessons, Heine. It wasn't just your. It was a couple other ones as well. Oh man, there are more of these than I thought. So, anger is the body's natural defense against stupid. What's this one? Oh. Your stupidity scares me. Wear this to a Trump rally. And this is the oldest one. This is you can see most of those were stamps or stencils. This is hand lettered by Mrs. Angry. What the fuck are you looking at? So I found all those today. One of the songs you sang, "I'll Linger" by the Cranberries. Oh, I needed the toilet, said Ella. Did you have to let it linger? Oh, damn. Yeah, I'd actually be very careful about wearing your stupidity scares me. And it's down to how people choose to interpret it, if it's aimed at them or someone else. And the Trumpelos all think someone else is stupid. So just convince them I'm talking about someone else, not them. Oh, God. Okay. I can now taste. All the syrup from my cordial has gone to the bottom of this. I might actually top it up with some more soda. Get my straw and mix it. Because it's getting too syrupy now. Just do that. Dang. That was, I found that one today, 333. I'm only half evil. All the store-made ones, except for that one, I put in a bag to be donated, which is kind of funny. Used to think there was such a thing as common sense until the make move. Yeah, well, it's the old George Carlin line. Think of how stupid the average person is and then realize half the population is stupider than that. Yeah. The world has not done a lot for my faith in humanity in the last 10 years. So Sean McAuliffe sketch, bunch of midget devils run into a building and its address was 333. I remember an old Andrew Denton sketch where he's looking for the devil in an apartment building, and he found out, the devil was living in apartment 666, and he knocks on a door, and someone answers and goes, "Are you the devil?" And the guy goes, "Oh no, you want my neighbor. This is 668." And he goes, "Oh, you're the neighbor of the beast." I have an unusually large head hole in my t-shirts. Yeah, they've been stretched to accommodate my head, definitely. No two ways about it. It's lost all its orange color now because I added more soda, but less sickly sweet now. Never old enough to watch George Carlin's stand-up when he's still alive. Most remember he's the native for the American version of... Oh, did he really? I did not know they redubbed Thomas the Tank Engine with George Carlin. I did not know that was a thing. I learned something tonight. Yeah, not all of George Carlin's stuff ages all that well. He particularly takes a lot for granted when thinking about the experience of minorities and marginalized people. But for his time, he was right on. No, Ringo Starr is the original narrator of Thomas the Tank Engine. Undead Brett is saying they had George Carlin do a voiceover for the American version, which seems weird and unnecessary, but also maybe a little bit cool, having George Carlin be Thomas the Tank Engine. I genuinely had not heard that before tonight. What's evil about, as a train enthusiast, Laura, what's evil about Thomas the Tank Engine stories? I love the character, the Fat Controller. It's just like as a symbol of capitalism, the Fat Controller. Fat off the work of the working classes. That's what's happening there. I was actually just going to look it up. US version of Thomas the Tank Engine. US version is called Thomas and Friends, Number of Changes, American Railroad Terms. This says Michael Brandon narrated the US version of the show. Fat Controller is known as Sir Topham Hatt in the American dub. I thought he was known as that. They're scared of criticism of capitalism. Martin Sherman voiced Thomas. So the internet disagrees with you. Search. Okay, what's this? He was the second narrator for Thomas the Tank Engine, narrating from the first to the fourth series, played Mr. Conductor from series 2. Okay, yeah, don't trust the AI fucking abbreviations the search engines insist on fucking doing. Laura, 3 examples. Sad Tale of Henry. Vane engine hides in a tunnel, so they remove the trucks. Oh, yes. I remember he got bricked up. Yeah, that was pretty messed up. Showed that on last week with John Oliver. Yeah. I do actually remember that. Bricking him up. That's like, fuck. Well, yeah, once, the trains are self-aware entities, the treatment of them is quite bad. But that's, you always bring in weird stuff when you have characters. Yeah, no, those AI abbreviations are fucking shit. I had another one recently where it contradicted itself sentence to sentence. It's ridiculous. I know. I don't know. I think they will eventually work out that it's shit and everyone hates it, and they'll at least give you the option of shutting it off. I don't know how long it's going to take, but it's also like Google's trying to convince its investors it makes sense to invest billions in AI, so they can't just bail on it. What does that mean? Germany, they're running Windows 3.1. Okay, I think you lost it in the second half of that sentence. I don't know what you're trying to say. Double-decker bus, vocal saying railways have had it all for years. Buses should rule. One day gets stuck under a bridge. They turn him into a house, which is, yeah, that's what you get for being a Trotskyist. Good Lord. Yeah, it's kind of like, even in Cars, the Pixar thing, Tow Meter, with his junkyard. That means he's got the corpses of cars surrounding him. It's unhinged. It's again, once you make non-animate objects animate and sapient, self-aware, all sorts of terrible, troubling things happen. So, but yeah, you you make them self-aware, but you don't give them full agency, and you can just do terrible things to them. It can get quite creepy quite quickly. That's my take. I know, right? It's like, oh, he's stuck. Let's not get him out. Let's leave him there and have chickens inside his body. And that's a self-aware sapient being trapped forever. It's like, what the fuck? Also, okay, and this is maybe this is a thing in Thomas, but it was a thing in Cars that they have gendered vehicles. So how do they reproduce? That's what I want to know. And you have the big trucks that will have cars inside them. So is that like having people up your butt? Or is the trailer not actually self-aware? It's just the cabin that's self-aware. I don't know. I know people have spent many, many, many hours exploring all the ways the Cars universe is fucked up and twisted. Because honestly, it's fucked up and twisted. It really is. Just gets very weird once you start doing that. Home for the Elderly. In your Laserdisc collection, you have a series called Storyteller. Old Man, His Dog Telling Story. That sounds vaguely familiar. Or maybe it's just because storyteller is such a generic term. Is that like for kids or... Anyway, so one morning, daughter comes running and crying her eyes out. Oh God, something terrible happened in the Storyteller. Okay, this is a Jim Henson thing. I think I might have seen it. Oh, people on the internet, Brett, they've just got to freaking explore all the ways that the Cars world is fucked up. So, Laura, third troublesome Thomas thing. Troublesome truck, belligerent rig leader, couple up two engines, rip him apart. That's medieval. Yeah, autocorrect can be extremely annoying. I particularly hate Google doing autocomplete when you're typing in search terms and you don't want the extra bits and you hit enter and it goes, oh, you want the extra bits that you didn't type. And you're like, I fucking don't. So after the truck gets torn apart, you've got splintered wood with a face looking up at the sky. Has thirst for vengeance for what they did to him. What's it saying to kids? Is he dead? Can he be put back together? If he is, will the thirst for vengeance? You know what I mean? Yeah. And it's kind of like in Toy Story, where Sid, the psycho kid next door, dismembers toys and reassembles them. And the dismembered and reassembled toys are still animated and self-aware and sapient. And it's just like, fuck. Okay. All right. So in this story, a Russian hussar is rewarded for his kindness to beggars with a special sack which can force anything inside it, as well as a deck of lucky cards that can guarantee he wins every time. When he learns of palaces haunted by devils who play cards all night and have yet to be defeated, he goes to castles to play the game with. Okay, I see this getting very dark where this goes. Yeah, it can be that. Okay, so playing cards with the devils. They offer him gold if he wins. He offers his soul if he loses. Well, honestly, gambling with devils will get you condemned to hell anyway. So, the soldier wins, gathers the devils into a sack, and after driving off, forces one of them to serve him faithfully. Okay. Matt Walsh relates with Sid from Toy Story. Just Smith, you know about him. Well, all the animators from Toy Story, if you watch the extra features, they just say, yeah, no, Sid's us. So the soldier, many years later, soldier's son becomes ill. The soldier's devil shows him special glass in which death can be seen. God, okay. And this is a Jim Henson thing that I guess should be shown to kids. Through death's position in the glass, the soldier can determine whether the victim will recover, and the application of holy water or perish uses the glass to become a healer. Oh. Okay, this seems very involved and more than a tad odd for something that's maybe aimed at kids. But, you know, you do get some very weird kids stuff. Oh, no, that's a mistake. Telling death to get in the sack? Death's necessary. So your daughter runs in crying at that point when he tells death to get in the sack. They can't die. Oh, damn. Yeah, this was a storyline in Sandman. If the wizards had captured death, that would have been a catastrophe. Everyone begs the man to let death go. Yeah, of course. Death's necessary. Wonder what death would look like. What Rudy Giuliani looks like now. Yes, well, the Grim Reaper is a popular representation, of course. I do like the version in The Sandman. She's actually quite friendly because death is natural. I don't spend my whole day thinking about death and how close I am to it. No siree, not me. Pearl Jam personified death as hot goth chick. Well, that's basically what the Sandman's comics death looks like, hot goth chick. She doesn't seduce people into the void. She just greets them and say, hey, guess what? Time's up. Oh, John Hurt was the voice for telling the stories. Yes, that does sound familiar. Bloody brilliant. Great stories about unicorns and stuff. Yeah. No, I've definitely seen the thing with John Hurt. Yes. Okay. Yes, but there's a lesson in that. I'm going to capture death. Like, no, you don't want to capture death. Death is a thing that we need. I remember a thing. I think it's from a horror comic. The guy gets a 3 wishes thing, and he's from a fishing village, and any fishing village loses a lot of people at sea, and so his final wish, no, his second wish is for everyone lost at sea to return home. And they do, as like in various states of decay and whatnot. And he's like, whoopsie. And he's the first who sees them. And one of them says, this was a mistake. You can't bring us back from the... But, you know, you've told us the wish is we're returning home. We're all going to go to our families' homes and knock on the door, and it'll just be fucked. And so he uses up his last wish. But I'm like, I wish they all just returned to the sea. Yeah. Is that a little bit of trivia? The War Doctor was created because Eccleston said no, because he didn't like the people running the show. See, I don't even know who William Sadler is or what he looks like. No, I don't believe I have seen the music. I'm not a Pearl Jam fan. Oh, so it's animated. Okay. Well, there would have been... Oh, okay. Because... Okay, yeah. So they were going to say that it was Christopher Eccleston's Doctor who fought the Time War. Instead, they invented a completely new one. Oh, is that the actor's name from Bill and Ted? He's pretty funny. But he's not well known enough that I recognize that fucking name. Honestly. He's that guy. Okay, you know what? I think the bad guy, Colonel Stewart from Die Hard 2. Everyone remembers Die Hard 2, right? All right. I'm going to make the One Night in Bangkok. Oh, yeah, of course you know the weird things, actors and whatnot. You love Die Hard too. Okay. I mean, it had fun stuff in it. You love 1, 2, 3, and 4. Damn. That makes you a Die Hard fan. 5's the one where they brought the character that was meant to be his son in, where they clearly wanted to spin it off with a new character and no one gave a shit. Same thing they did with Indiana Jones. Harrison Ford's getting too old. Let's bring in a character that's his son and we can do spin-offs with him. And it's like, no one fucking cares, man. That's it, Brett. One Night in Bangkok and the world's your oyster. You're a Die Hard fan. All right. Okay, I don't know if you missed it, Brett. On is it last night we workshopped this? It was last night we workshopped this. All right. Also, I'm feeling. What was the start of saying we got to workshop a cocktail called One Night in Bangkok? Was that completely arbitrary? That we just said, we'll make one and call it One Night in Bangkok? Or did we get there somehow? Because I can't remember. We should have a little conversation about that before I make the video. I mean, because I could see it either way, that we just, apropos of nothing, said, make a cocktail called One Night in Bangkok. Or if we had some way of getting there. Oh, so it was just an alternate name for tall ships. All right. You saw a Die Hard 5 poster in Belarus in 2012. Damn. Yes, the lack of a Die Hard 6 tells you about Die Hard 5. Yeah. Yeah. So it was literally just we were throwing names around. So we said we'll make another one called One Night in Bangkok. Okay. A Murray head. Oh. I could. Yeah, so it's got dragon fruit in it. I'm not sure if the dragon fruit would impede getting a foamy head. I think I need to do that now. It didn't. What are you saying? I'm feeling good idea or bad idea? Okay. All right. I got to give it a Murray head then. Oh my God. All right. Okay. So this little bit of prep work for this. All right. So this camera over here. Lights. Spotlights. Sirens. Rifles. Fire. He made an ouch with a shield. Martha Fokker. Ah. Okay, let's start by chilling a glass then. Then I'll start getting stuff together. Come together right now. Dropping ice on the floor. I'm probably going to tread on it and slip, fall over and break my goddamn neck. Okay. Putting stuff away. So it's really just a gimlet with the spice, isn't it? Just reminding myself of what it is. Okay. Put the bone dry gin down here. I'll get this out of the way. Okay, so we want citrus gin, Shiraz gin, lime juice, lime cordial, spice, and where's the fucking foamer? Seriously, where's the foamer? Yeah. Fucking put the foamer not in its usual place. Now I don't know where the fuck it is. Seriously. Oh, Jesus Christ. It's here. I'm insane. I left it out. Oh, man. Oh, God. I'm losing it. Okay. So, we want to cut up some dragon fruit. And I've got the dragon fruit here. Ugh. Which I kept in the fridge last night. Okay. All right. Dragon fruit. Stop dragging my heart around. You know what? I fucked that up. Well, got to peel this wise up sucker. There we go. Peel this sucker. Okay, and Fuck it, let's do this. I want to do like a quarter like that. Ugh. Hope I don't fuck this up, but I have a nagging fear that I will. Okay, get this out of the way. Put the dragon fruit remainders over here. I'll make a syrup with that tomorrow. Okay. Okay. So. Kind of ready here. Spice. Okay. Okay. We're gonna make this. Are we ready to go? Gotta get the GoPro, which I think are buried under these shirts. Yes, I did. Okay. All right. Wait a sec, I'm going to get all these ready. So we're doing 1 ounce, 1 ounce, half an ounce. And the cocktail size. How should this go in a glass? Like, yeah. So I think this, I want to cut like that. Just trying to get my garnish right. Hope I don't fuck it up. Right. So. All right. Let's go. Okay, first up, muddle the dragon fruit. Several pieces missed. Let's pick them up. Let's muddle this. Ooh, that's a really gross noise. With my sex toy muddler. Okay. Half an ounce. Bar spoon of sugar syrup. Okay, that's all those pieces. I think this is going to be a kind of orange color with the extra Shiraz gin in it. But we'll see. Oh, I forgot to do... Actually, I can still do it. Fuck it. Couple of drops of firming agent. Okay. Okay, let's shake this sucker. Very heavy because of all the dragon fruit. We'll see how well the foaming works. I think it's going to foam. Let's go. It's going. It's going. It's going. It's going. Yeah, it's a orangey pink, and it's got a Murray head. All right, and the garnish. I'll put here. Oh, I think it looks pretty. Yeah, it's more sort of orangey, even a grapefruity color, rather than pink, but let me get a thumbnail photo. Might superimpose a picture of a dragon fruit on this. Ooh, where's my phone? What did I do with my phone? Ah, no, actually, I want like this. Come on. All right, I think that looks pretty good. Now I got to do the talking part. Okay, where are we? Okay. Okie doke. G'day, cocktail lovers. This cocktail is an original creation featuring dragon fruit. It's called One Night in Bangkok. This is another one that was workshopped on one of my live streams. We've been kicking around names for another cocktail, and one of the suggestions was One Night in Bangkok. And we thought, great name for a cocktail, but it didn't suit the one we were making. So then it's like, well, another day, we have to workshop what would One Night in Bangkok be. For those not as old as me, that might be a vague reference. It was a big hit. It was from a musical called Chess, which I think was written by the guy Benny from ABBA, and there was a single by a guy called Murray Head called One Night in Bangkok. It was a big worldwide hit, possibly before you were born. You can still be legally drinking and not have been born when this song comes out. That's how old I am. And we started off, it needed an exotic fruit. And the initial suggestion was star fruit. Guess what? 100% the wrong time of the year to find star fruit where I am. So I thought, dragon fruit, that's a neat exotic fruit. It looks great too. I'm getting that. When researching what we put in the drink, we looked up, well, what's popular in Bangkok? And the most popular spirits, were, no surprises, it's like gin, vodka, whiskey, not rum. I thought it might have been rum. So we decided to go with gin. And we thought, well, the food, it's got to be a little bit spicy, and you get a lot of lime flavors in stuff. So the template was almost a gimlet. It's gin and lime. And then we mixed it with the actual dragon fruit. And I thought it needed spice. Now I have this that I don't use that much, cocktail spice. This is actually marketed for being a nice addition to dirty martinis, but it's lightly spicy. It's not super, super hot. So I ended up putting 3 dashes after some experimentation, 3 dashes of this. This, a pretty fringe product. You probably don't have it. If you want the spice, feel free. You might have a spicy liqueur, or even just a shot of your favorite hot sauce would be the go in here, I think. But after multiple tries, this is what I've come up with one night in Bangkok. And like I said, although it's essentially a modified gimlet, it doesn't really taste like a gimlet. The dragon fruit makes it much sort of creamier and richer, and the little bit of spice plays off everything else really well. I actually did a split. I started off, the first version was a citrus forward gin. I was using Archie Rose's Sunrise Lime Gin, and that was really nice. But then we thought, we want it to be more like the color of the dragon fruit peel, which is really striking. Can we get it a bit pinker? So I split it with this Shiraz gin. And there's a lot of red gins, some fruity gins and whatnot. And there was more like color novelty, but also the Shiraz gin did give it a richer flavor as opposed to just the citrus gin. So I think it was good on both fronts. But that's all the background and what goes in it. Now I'll show you exactly how to make it. In the shaker, obviously the first thing you want is your dragon fruit. Muddle that for a while. Then add 1 ounce of citrus gin and 1 ounce or 30 mils of Shiraz gin, and half an ounce or 15 mils of lime juice, just around a bar spoon or 5 mils of sugar syrup. And I had 3 dashes of the spicy stuff. And I'm putting a foaming agent in there because we want, I fuck. Stumble. In the shaker, the first thing we want is the dragon fruit. Dice that up and then muddle it so it's ready to mix with everything else. Then I'm doing 1 ounce or 30 mils of the citrus gin, 1 ounce or 30 mils of the Shiraz gin, then half an ounce or 15 mils of lime juice, and around a bar spoon or 5 mils of sugar syrup. Then I did 3 dashes of the cocktail spice, and then I added some foaming agent. You could use egg white or aquafaba. I'm using Wonder Foam. And then we shake that. Then we add ice to the shaker, shake that good and hard. And I'm doing it like for 20, 25 seconds because I want a good head of foam on there, and then straining that into a chilled coupe. And for a garnish, a nice little wedge of dragon fruit looks very pretty. The foam was a late addition from my friend Laura, who said it's got to have a Murray head. It needs a head of foam, which was a genius final touch in there. So hat tip to everyone from the live stream who was involved in workshopping this, because it's come out really well. I quite like it. Like I said, I love gimlets, and this has just taken the gimlet to a different place. The dragon fruit's nice and creamy and rich, little bit of spice, and just a slightly more tropical version of a gimlet. And like I said, gone for the nice color as well. And you know what? This makes me feel like I could be on a beach somewhere, one night in Bangkok. And I would try and say the song lyrics, but I'll mess them up and pedants will really pull me up on that. So I'll just enjoy the drink instead. I hope you're enjoying yourself wherever you are, whether you're in Bangkok or somewhere else. And I hope to see you again sometime soon for another cocktail. Until I do see you again, I'll say cheers. Ooh, let's switch for the user. I feel hot and sweaty. I don't know if Mrs. Angry's turned off. I'm going to go and check the air conditioning. I feel sweaty. I feel like sweaty Betty. Give me a second to check that. And I will be back in less than 30 seconds. It was on. I just turned it down 1 degree because I'm feeling sweaty in here. Ooh. And yes, you get the hat tip, Laura. You can't say 69 without people doing at least a Bill and Ted reference. Yeah, I forget what form of dementia. I saw the chat about Bruce Willis. Forget what form of dementia Bruce Willis has, but it's quite bad, apparently. You know what? I'm going to strain a bit more into my glass because I think there's more in here. A little bit more in there. There we go. There we go. Well, the Murray head was a champion idea, Laura. Oh, goodness me. What's all that about then? 9:22 already, damn. That is a pretty good drink. Not as good as Tall Ships. I think even though I've put the video up going live tomorrow, the name Red Sails in the Sunset, because the red bit didn't really work the way I wanted it to. So when I make it in future, I'm making it without the red stuff and just calling it Tall Ships. Because I made it again for Dr. Abigail on Friday night, and it's fucking... Yeah, well, we went... we did the alpha and then we beta, and this was going to market. But yeah, last minute tip from marketing, it needs a Murray head. I did credit you this time. Oh, did I accidentally credit it to Abigail? And yeah, I mean, that is regularly my defense that I'm drunk. Fuck, that is actually pretty nice. When I say it's not as good as a Tall Ships, it's just because the Tall Ships is really good. No, the old aircon was just fucked. It literally fucking blew up and fused. It was nothing to do with power outages. It was just fucked and wrong. And the fucking landlord took a month to fix it, and we had 2 heat waves in that month. It was fucked. There's this whole thing where they didn't believe us. And we finally got an electrician around us going, like, yeah, that shit's all melted. And then it's like they didn't believe him, and they sent a second one around. He's going, yeah, that shit's all melted. It's like fucking ridiculous, honestly. Yep. This is an 8 out of 10. I would definitely make it again. The dragon fruit actually works really well in there. Like the extra creaminess, and it's not literally creaminess, but it's mouthfeel, the extra creaminess it gives is really nice. And it's Yeah, for just a wild experiment, it's come together really well. But yeah, the Tall Ships is like a 9 out of 10. It's a really fucking good drink. So your parents' aircon's broken and they're getting 37 on Tuesday. Well, hopefully it is fixed before then. And then here's the thing, you don't need aircon. It's a waste of money. And so then when you get those 30-degree days, it's like wiping people out. Yeah, well, and you know my views home for the elderly, fuck vodka, basically. Oh yeah, absolutely. There were multiple cocktails online called One Night in Bangkok, and they were nothing like this. We came up with a completely original one. Is it evaporative air conditioning? I don't think so, but also I don't know. That is yummy. You have evaporative. No. Yeah, I don't know. I don't ask questions. Does it come on when I press the switch on the wall? Good. We're going through. Oh, really? It can fuck up your laser discs. Is it just the covers that is it put too much moisture into the air? Or it depends what you mean. First, I don't know. I didn't write it down. But when someone came around, they fixed it in one day. Yeah, okay. The evaporative makes the room moist. I don't think this is evaporative, but I'm not sure. Laura, you do have an aircon machine. Barely use it. Didn't need it. 2024. Could have wanted. Okay, Japan was fairly hot, was it? Not good on the covers. Yep. Or the discs. Yeah, moisture. Moisture can be a bugger. Fuck yeah. Right, now I'm just going to eat a bit of dragon fruit, actually. Ooh. I was going to say there's not much to it, but a really interesting flavor comes through. It's got the consistency of a melon, basically. Keep that. Be interested if the syrup I'm going to make tomorrow goes pink. If you can get the color out of the peel. Open that there. But we'll do that tomorrow. Which reminds me. Get this out of the way. Looking for here my that's the stream whiskey, that's the cheap whiskey, that's the old fashioned. Got the urge to make myself an old fashioned. Oh, damn. I found some interesting books that I'd forgotten about today and comics, which I'm reading some of, rereading, whatevs. Oh, I found these friggin' huge coffee table books from when I worked at Lonely Planet. Just huge. And I mean, okay, they're this big. They're fucking massive and this thick. Really massive coffee table books. They've just been sitting in a box for 7 years. So let's see if I can find someone who wants them, like someone who has the right sort of home setting where that would work. Because I'd like them to have a good home. Oh, you sweat more in summer in Japan than you had before. Damn. Yeah, that's an occupational hazard in Australia. EOR, hello. And how are your explorations going? Wait, one of my cherries are over here on my cherry. Because I deserve a cherry. And I'm getting a new jar of cherries. Bad boy and ordered more booze. Oh, look, that's a shame. 2 cherries came out at once. Oh, well. Guess I'm just stuck with 2 cherries then. Yeah, I am going well. How is everything going with you? Made 2 videos tonight, including an original that we workshopped on the stream. Put these orange peels in. That I fucked up too much to use as a garnish. What a palaver, honestly. Your sports team won. Nice. Oh, nice. You went with your parents and you had a win? That's nice. Yeah, I mean, sometimes you see a recipe and it explicitly tells you to put 3 cherries on the garnish. So I'm like, who am I to complain? Have I ever accidentally speared 3 at once? I don't think so. 2, yes. I don't think I've ever got 3 without meaning to. Oh my God. Fuck yeah. All the flavor in that old fashioned. Fucking yeah. Oh God, the Meta hate speech guidelines. And Zuckerberg, who is always a piece of shit, I call your attention to the Behind the Bastards episode from a few years ago, where it's like Mark Zuckerberg, worst person of the 21st century. But he's a piece of shit and he's going full fucking chud. And I so yeah, they're allowing basically to cast slurs on people's gender or sexual orientation. Because that's just people are just doing it, man. So we're doing it. It's like, and apparently, staff not happy. And it's just like that's the least of it. He's going on these sort of podcast media things, and he's just being a complete fucking chud. We are going to witness some true darkness in this Trump regime, I think. Ooh, god damn, that's a treat. Glad I did that. EOI, you remember getting a sword through cherries for the first time with a Shirley Temple? Nice. Yeah. Different cherries. Oh, yeah. No, the literal guidelines that explicitly say, yeah, we're cool with people doing this shitty thing is just Zuckerberg's just garbage. Okay, hopefully that's an unnecessary slur on his wife, honestly. Oh, I just thought of something. Sorry, just opening Discord. I didn't have Discord open. I don't know if there's anything on there. My first iPhone was an iPhone 3. So whenever that came out, a long time ago. Laura, I met a chief executive. Yeah. He's just fucking garbage. EOR, cannibalistic humanoid. Yeah, well, maybe Zuckerberg got dropped on his head. Yeah, Social Network is not a documentary. It plays pretty free and loose with what happened. Although I do remember at the time, there were lots of stories of Zuckerberg and his cronies. The sudden wealth absolutely went to their head, and they were handling it very immaturely and doing really stupid, fucked up things like paying lots of money to eat exotic animals. And there were stories about him and his mates having a fetish for Asian women. Yeah, I don't want to cast aspersions on his wife. But that was the word at the time. And yes, Laura, they've basically made it clear we are 100% on board with Trump. And yes, that was a thing that happened. Zuckerberg tried to absolutely fuck over his co-founder, and founders and co-founders get fucked over all the time in Silicon Valley. But the way Zuckerberg tried to do it with his co-founder was so egregious and so fucked up that it was an open shut court case of, yeah, what you did was a crime and it's going to cost you a lot of money. I'm going to go with, yeah, technically yes, Laura, but in practical terms, no. I mean, we'll wait and see, but I don't think you'll get away with that on Facebook. I think the co-founder from the settlement, which was in the billions, could have bought his own island nation, essentially. Wouldn't need a US citizenship anymore. So, yeah. But yes, Zuckerberg was a classic tale of someone who had too much success, too young, got too much money, too young, and it absolutely fucked him in the head. He has zero understanding of ordinary people, let alone marginalized people. He definitely is completely unable to understand the experiences of marginalized and persecuted people. But he can't even understand sort of middle class, normal people, because his brain just got broken by all the attention and success and money, and he's just not a normal human. Oh, there you go. See, I couldn't remember his name. Eduardo Severin. When you were at USC film graduate games program, one day you got a special visit. A woman who worked on sound for stuff like Con Air seemed embarrassed. That versus a Social Network. Timberlake was a good douchebag in that, because the guy he was playing was a complete douchebag, and Timberlake did it really well. Well, yes and no. And yeah, I guess it's actually a useless descriptor, honestly. I mean it in a bad way. Musk is worse than Zuckerberg, like more deeply and openly racist and bigoted. Zuckerberg's definitely self-centered and ignorant. Musk is aggressively, openly racist and bigoted. Oh, they are full on getting down on their knees and sucking Trump off. There's no two ways about it. That's not an uncommon thing for rich people to do, actually. There's people who don't have the profile of Zuckerberg who do that. Oh God, have you not looked into him? Like his family money, his original money comes from apartheid emerald mines in South Africa, but he regularly spouts really hateful racist rhetoric. He's been platforming actual neo-Nazis from Germany. He is super openly racist. Like, will cast slurs against any non-white person who achieves anything, saying like they were given special treatment and white people are discriminated against. He is a hardcore right-wing racist bigoted piece of shit. I think Timberlake's acting career is middling. Made a lot of movies. Oh yeah, no, but I think, I don't know, like Bezos might be doing it for purely monetary reasons, because Bezos is super sucking up to Trump. Bezos might be doing it just for monetary reasons, but Zuckerberg is revealing himself. Oh, like I think the difference is Musk is deeply inherently racist and bigoted. It's his entire upbringing, it's his entire life. I think Zuckerberg just is incapable of understanding what it's like to be a marginalized or oppressed group. And he's a piece of shit. He's just like, oh, it's just the vibe. Let people say slurs. Oh, I missed that. Musk's daughter did an open letter to her dad on X, or Twitter, as it's rightly called. Oh, God, yes. No, he's talking about wanting to pay millions of dollars into the far right in England as well. Yeah, we all know that isn't going to happen. It's pointless to speculate on Trump ever facing any repercussions ever for anything he's done. And he is a criminal. He's a con artist. He's a rapist. These are established facts. The way the American system works, he is never going to face any repercussions whatsoever. No, it categorically isn't, Justin. Don't go into fantasies about, Trump is not going to face any repercussions whatsoever. I would be so happy if I was proved wrong on that. Don't expect it, though. Timberlake picked some great movies. In Time, Social Media. Yeah, he's done stuff. I've got the memes page on the Discord. What's there? Oh, right. Yeah, this is Musk is buying into that. And I think he's pandering to the Trumpy QAnon fuckwits. But he's really pushing the whole, the liberal elites are all balls and whatnot. So yes, this meme's like, man grooms his stepdaughter from age 4, marries at 19, has 2 kids, would make him angry, but it's your dad. Oh, yeah. It's very hard to tell when people like Musk are just sucking up and pandering to the lunatic fringe, and when they themselves are actual lunatics, because the two are so hard to tell apart. And it's the same with Trump. It's like, does he really believe that? Or is he just pandering to those fucking weirdos? And also with Trump, there's a definite vibe that he just loves saying unhinged shit because he can and no one stops him. Well, I don't think Musk has a great reaction. relationship with his dad because Musk, after saying in interviews early in his career, how he initially got money from the family's apartheid emerald mines, and then it's like, the last few years, it's like that in his mind, sullies his reputation because he's trying to make out he's a self-made man, and so he lies and said that never happened, despite the fact there's multiple interviews in the past where he says it happened. And the funniest one was when he goes on Twitter and says, "Oh, I'll give $1 million in crypto to anyone who can prove that my family had apartheid emerald mines." And his dad went public and said, "Do I get the $1 million? Because we fucking did." So I don't think he has a great relationship with his dad. He's just fucking vile filth. Justin, no, they'll give him away. It's meaningless. He's not going to suffer any impediment. Actually, I'll take that back. Some people might take a stand and whatnot, and then he'll put ridiculous policies in place to punish that country. But it all amounts to nothing. And I just want to say to everyone, don't fool yourself. Don't get this false hope that Trump will face some repercussions, and he never will. He will never face any repercussions. He will never suffer at all. He just won't. Ooh, War of the Rohirrims on your Plex server. Nice. I might even look at that tomorrow. Will it be available tomorrow? Oh, yeah, sorry, Laura, the whole thing, racists trying to say, non-white grooming gangs. They exist, but the majority of sex predators are white heterosexual identifying men. Yeah, I never seen the self-made part. Oh, okay, yeah, but I think he has a shit relationship with his dad. Yeah. Oh, okay. EOR, that's an anime, like a Japanese style animation prequel to The Lord of the Rings. What? Why do you always pick on? I said Rohirrim. Are you going back to saying Rohirrim? I don't know. Yes, I am. Justin, I'm just offering mental health advice. Don't console yourself with ideas that some things will be difficult for Trump. Because Rohirrim. Okay. I just have this vague. Okay. You know what? Potato. I'm not getting into it because I have an obvious incorrect memory of you harassing me for saying Rohirrim. And my fallback excuse is going to be regional dialect, as in accents and whatnot. And Justin, also in regards to what you're saying, it will be interesting to see if Trump even travels overseas much, because I don't think he wants to. But okay, that's an open thing for the future. How much will Trump travel internationally? Of course, there are international conferences where the leaders of world governments go, where he almost certainly will go. I'm not sure he will travel that much. And this is not me pronouncing anything. This is just vague speculation. It's a prequel because it happens before The Lord of the Rings. It's a story that happens before The Lord of the Rings. That's why I called it a prequel. I think Biden traveled a lot, actually. Hey, Madam Butterfly, must be very late for you, or weird time in the morning. Oh, shit. The stuff with the Queen was hilarious. Like, Trump fucked up his visit with the Queen so much. It was so funny. It was hilarious. But yeah, we could have a whole fucking bingo card on what are the worst things Trump could do. Because I genuinely think he could do an armed takeover of the Panama Canal. Like, he's been saying it. It's not a joke. The Greenland thing is weird and bizarre and I think nonsensical. But the whole taking control of the Panama Canal by force, I think that's genuinely something that he'll do. You're arguing over semantics. It's a prequel because it happens before the originals. It's in the same world and it happens before the original story, and it wouldn't exist without the original story. It's a prequel. Are you waking up at 5 a.m.? Fair enough. I wake up at 5 a.m. sometimes. Not often, but sometimes. More likely 6 or 7. Yes, there is definitely significant mineral wealth in Greenland, but it's an autonomous place. It's ridiculous what he's saying. Again, the US didn't give away the Panama Canal. It's sovereign territory and it's horrible sort of US colonialism. Yeah, some people are speculating that Trump saying all this expansionist shit is really just to soft pedal Putin's expansionist behavior. No, it's not. And this is a pointless argument because you're arguing for an incredibly narrow definition of the word. And I'm just using it in a broader sense. And trying to argue right or wrong over that is pointless just because of the ambiguity of language. What I meant is his excuse, he getting people ready to excuse Putin's expansionist, violent tendencies by saying things. I am definitely messing with your special interest, and I'm just saying it's a losing argument. And it's is it pointless? Well, it's a losing argument because in just extremely simple terms, when you try to nail down hard boundaries on the meaning of language, you're going to lose because language is made up sounds that we do. Our brain tells us to push a certain amount of air through our vocal cords and move our tongue and lips in a particular way to articulate something that is trying to make the abstract concept concrete. And it means different things to different people. You can have a generally accepted, and we need a generally accepted meaning of a word. But if you start to get super pedantic and try to narrow down hard boundaries, you'll lose every time. You are George W. Bush, Putin, at least when you came once for SICC, they're still trying. Of course, yeah. And the reason the US never recognizes anything from the International Criminal Court is because the conduct of the US basically at all times means any and all US presidents could be held in breach of international law. And forget presidents, also the US military and the US power structure has no interest in having their military adventures curtailed by the International Criminal Court. So the US can't operate the way it has always operated, particularly since World War II, without being in breach of the International Criminal Court. So they simply don't accept the authority of the International Criminal Court. So what's this historical fact? Japanese invaded most of the Pacific under the guise of economic security. They were calling it the Economic Prosperity Zone, I think. Well, again, trying to equate the International Criminal Court with the US Constitution is somewhat contradictory. Personally, I believe the International Criminal Court is in the right, and the behavior of the US, as I said, particularly since World War II, is unconscionable. And, you know, that's what the vast majority of Americans think as well. All I'm saying is the findings against the various US presidents are absolutely warranted. And the behavior of the US with the overthrow of democratically elected governments, the murder of people who threaten commercial interests, is absolutely unconscionable. Is a government? It's not, of course, it's not a fucking government. It's a court. It's in the name, International Criminal Court. It's something jointly agreed upon by a majority of countries. Well, the FBI technically is meant to stay within the US. The CIA and other named or unnamed organizations are the ones who do shit around the world. I like you too, EOR. But yes, it gets complicated. And even, you know, the UN, I don't hate the UN. But the good aspects of the UN can absolutely be subverted by bad actors. And we've seen examples of, like, you know, people on the Human Rights Commission being from regimes that grossly abuse human rights, whether it be Russia or Saudi Arabia or whatever. Yeah, Laura, I genuinely don't think you're correct in that. But who the fuck? Again, with Trump, it's impossible to know what's really happening with him. I genuinely think we are going to see some act against the Panama Canal. Greenland, I think, is stupid. But Panama Canal, well, see, again, you as an individual country should control your own destiny. But the UN is the idea of let's all work together. Nothing's perfect, and some things are less perfect than others. Oh, yeah, the permanent members of the UN security, yeah, there's lots of really stupid things about it. Trump fucking loves Hitler. Let's get real. Trump is an authoritarian. Trump believes in absolute power being wielded by the elites. He freaking loves expansion and unilateral use of power. No two ways about it. He's a scary dude. And I think we're going to see a whole bunch of weird, fucked up shit in the next however fucking many years. I still wonder and speculate because, you know, Trump is old, out of shape, not great health, and under enormous amounts of stress. He could drop dead from natural causes at any fucking moment. And obviously, his supporters will lose their goddamn mind if he dies, and it will be impossible to convince them he wasn't murdered by the deep state. But that, I don't, on one level it's like, well, at least he'd be gone. But the level of turmoil and unrest that his death would cause really concerns me. Oh, yes, you're talking about the US's right to veto things. Yeah, well, it's ridiculous. And yes, the UK also has veto power, yes. JD Vance is just a little weasel shit. He'd love to do authoritarian stuff. I don't think he's... And again, I'm talking out my ass here. I have no real knowledge. I have no in-depth understanding. I think JD Vance is just a creepy little influence seeker who would absolutely do fucked up shit as president. It now seems like it's going to be a competition among right wingers around the world to do the worst fucked up things. Yeah, it is bedtime as well. Cooking dinner for the girls. Nice. Yes. All things being equal, I will see you on Tuesday. Anything could happen between now and then. Oh, I've got to do some postage. Oh. Okay. If the package comes, wait till Friday. Do you have tracking on the package? Do you have tracking that will tell you when it's delivered? Because that would be really good if you did. So when you know when it's delivered, I will know it's delivered, and I can go in town to pick it up. Fun fact, official Tolkien estate. Silmarillion is at once precursor and sequel to The Lord of the Rings. A curious situation. Badger definition rotation between books. They're claiming he coined the word prequel? I mean, maybe. Okay. All right. So you have the... Yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay. Yes. So if you tell me when you get a delivery notification, because I know there's something in my mailbox and I don't want to go into town twice because it's a little bit of a hassle, but I have to do it twice, then it's a bit of a hassle. Well, I might double it up because I was going to take something over to Dr. Abigail as well. They're saying it's the first recorded use of the word prequel. Neat. Ooh, splashed out for Express. Nice. Yeah, well, lefties in the US intrigued about his book and the show until he got nominated. Trump gets how you got to nominate someone. I think you get replaced by someone. Most of your opponents would like you less. Okay. Well, I'm going to go to Sleepy Berbers now. So you'll take care, and I'll see you another time. But I will say bye for now.
You are totally